G'day and welcome to Light Tonight. This is Christian Heath.
And this is Jimmy Denuden.
Let's go! The Red Hot Chili Peppers are on the road with their Getaway Tour, providing a larger-than-life concert experience, immersing the audience with a large, automated kinetic light installation. The kinetic display uses over 800 Tate nano-inches to deploy the connected LED light fixtures, which hang above the crowd and travel 18 metres perpendicular to the stage. The light fixtures move 3 metres per second horizontally, vertically, in and out of unison, into shapes and into the band's logo, while changing colours from all spectrums of the RGB colour grid. Lighting designer Scott Holthouse also created 11 lighting drops, which consist of 5 Ayrton Magic blades vertically hung down a drop, a TMB Solaris flare top and bottom, and 2 Claypaky BI K20s hung beneath. More BI K20s fill up the stage, while 2 side trusses of Mac Viper Air Effects and PRG Bad Boys provide side light.
The 2016 UK X Factor Finals are filming at Fountain Studios in Wembley, with lighting co-designed by Tim Routledge and Nigel Catmull. Crucial to the core rig are 60 of the new Robe Spiders, which Tim says are fantastic on camera, providing a great white, whilst in wash mode they have lovely colours. According to Tim, the real trick up its sleeve is the Moonflower effect, which when activated creates a simply staggering effect from just the centre 60-watt cell. Now it's time to check out the SGM G1 Beam.
Well, today on Gearbox I'm looking at this little critter, which is the G1 Beam fixture from SGM. Now SGM is renowned for doing things a little bit differently, and this is certainly no exception. For starters, it's wireless. This fixture has a battery base which allows it to operate for 7 to 8 hours under intensive use conditions, or typically longer under normal operating conditions. So you don't actually need to supply power to it locally. There is a True One PowerCon connection on the battery base, and you can use that to power the fixture and also to charge the battery base. It supports wireless DMX, however you do have the option to plug an XLR in and cable your DMX control. Control is 12 channels, which seems pretty basic, and at the end of the day it is kind of basic in what it does, but what it does in its own unique style. It's 62,000 lux output at 3 meters, and the native beam angle is 2.8 degrees, although you've got an option to reduce that using the internal gobos. There are 19 gobos and 14 colors, plus open on both those sets of wheels, and you've got things like gobo shake and split colors options, motorized focus, and a native color temperature of 6500 Kelvin. Now, all of that is pretty awesome, but probably the thing that really distinguishes this fixture for me is it's IP65 rated, which means that you can deploy this outdoors and it doesn't matter if the rain is coming in sideways, the fixture will just keep working. The True One PowerCon connector is also IP rated when it's mated. For when it's not, there's a little rubber cover that goes over that. The menu system is very simple. It's OLED driven menu, up, down, enter. Those are the buttons on the side of the yoke. As soon as you press one of those buttons, the yoke stops moving, so you can navigate the menu more easily. I've got this running in test mode at the moment, and I think that at this point it's time to go out to the CX Garage of Truth and determine if it deserves its IP65 rating. Let's go. So here we are once again in the CX Garage of Truth with the SGM G1 beam and our Rainstorm. Doesn't really seem to be too bothered by the water, which is pretty much what I'd expect. I think the biggest problem you're going to have with the G1 beam is stopping people from taking it off your site without asking permission. There you go.
Heavy metal rockers Slipknot are touring the world with production and lighting design by Trevor Ahlstrand. Knowing that the band is famous for their aggressive style of music and energetic live shows, Trevor was looking for a combination beam and profile fixture that could keep up with the hard-driving show, opting for the Elation Hybrid Platinum SBX. Martin's Mac Viper Air Effects fixtures delivered additional beams, and Elation Cupix Blinder WW2 provided audience lighting. We love the TMB Firefly LED festoon lights strung around the stage to great effect, with Trevor able to chase in colors and intensity.
Chromatic designed the stage and lighting for this year's DEF CON 1 festival, held in Sydney, Australia. The stage was a massive fire phoenix that inspired a colour choice of vibrant red, orange and yellow. The wings of the phoenix gave rise to obvious fixture placement, with the light beams used to extend the wings further. The Claypaky Mythos and Sharpie beams made the whole phoenix stage look like it was rising from the ashes, about to take flight. The top of the Phoenix wing also held Martin Atomic scrollers, each positioned directly above a Sharpie, so that the source of the Sharpie beam was concealed. The result was a strong blinding strobe effect, with powerful beams appearing to emanate from the strobes.
White Canvas from Coco Lab is an exploration of the potential of the human being through light, an immersive experience of light and sound that activates the imagination of people with light. The installation has 360 spotlights, music and sounds. Single color mini beams were chosen because of their small size and narrow beams. The show was programmed with a 3D lighting real-time simulator and Coco Lab's custom software. The Rush MH8 Mini Profile is new from Martin, and we head over to the lab to check it out.
Jimmy, tiny guy.
Yeah, the tiniest moving light or moving head that Martin has ever made. This is the MH8 Mini Profile, and as you can see, it's part of the Rush by Martin range. Now, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, we actually went to the Sydney launch of the Rush series, which was held in a nightclub, which was very fitting because when it first came out, the whole intent of Rush was to be sort of an affordable range of nightclub style lighting, which it's expanded well beyond just that parameter now as a range.
It's where Martin and most of the other manufacturers all came out of, the nightclubs.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think this is interesting because this is very much back to that grassroots affordable nightclub lighting. You know, it's
manual focus.
Manual focus.
18 watt LED engine.
And that's a white LED source. So colour is via 8-position colour wheel. We've got 8-position fixed gobo wheels. So you can't rotate the gobos or anything. You can rotate both of those wheels and you can stop between positions on both. I'm not sure why you do that with a gobo wheel, but you can.
You can focus it so it's good to light a mirror ball with.
Yeah, look, I think if you set it at the right distance, when you're planning out your installation, I think it's an installation light. And if you set it at the right distance, it actually would be an excellent fixture to light a mirror ball with.
It's got a 14-degree beam spread.
Yeah, not super wide, but I think right for that sort of 3 to 4 metre high ceiling, which is not atypical in sort of moderate sized club, I guess.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, and look, I think the other thing that is worth mentioning is that at 4.5 kilos, it's very rigging friendly, and at 60 watts power consumption, 50 watts power
50 watts
consumption.
in, 18 watts out.
Yeah, you can run sort of 20 of these off a 10 amp circuit. So easily, if you're looking for an easy way to retrofit your venue and you've got limited power availability, limited rigging choices, this is a really good option. Lighting and live production design group Oculus, made up of James Scott and Louis Oliver, have created the visuals for British musician Passenger's Young as the Morning, Old as the Sea tour. The design concept is based around a back wall of Martin VDO Skeptron strips held in place by 4 upright trusses. Each truss has 4 CCT Minuet PC fixtures, whilst rigging between the trusses holds 18 Claypaky BIK10s for backlight and a variety of other effects. More BIs are hung from 3 overhead trusses, along with Mac Viper profiles, with more Viper profiles and Mac Auras on the floor.
One of the lighting world's most esteemed and famous lighting designers, Richard Pilbrow, has lit the latest production of the classic musical My Fair Lady. The 2016 show recreates the 1956 Broadway production of My Fair Lady, albeit with state-of-the-art equipment. The set is a replica of 10-time Tony winner Oliver Smith's original design for New York's Mark Hellinger Theatre. Richard studied the original lighting plots by Abe Feder, the man who invented the Parr lamp, and used 21st century lighting to enrich the experience. Richard's lighting is a salute to the Broadway legend, made with technology Feder could only have dreamed of.
I get married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Drug me or jolly, stab me or maul me. Get me to the church on time.
In this episode, we chat with Bruce Ramus.
I got into lighting really through my love of music and wanting to make music visual, to allow the artist to communicate visually what's in the songs. Not in the slightest. I toured the world for 28 years, on average about 4 or 5 cities a week, which costs a lot to a person. So no, not in the least. The short answer is for love, which is why everyone moves here. But I wanted to establish also a design company to take what I'd learned in the theater of rock and roll and begin to bring it into the urban design world and influence the light and designs of our cities. The artist I light most consistently is Guy Sebastian. I've lit, I think it's 3 of his shows in the past few years. I love working with all types of artists, with musicians and sculptors, painters, illustrators, and with music there's a certain freedom to the temporary ephemeral nature of light that is refreshing when you're working in the built environment, which is has more rigor and more structure to it. I love working in both. With Guy in particular, he is such an engaged, present man that's the main reason I enjoy working for him, not because of the music or because of the light, but because of that person. He's a beautiful person, and that's why I enjoy working with him. The philosophy behind Ramus Illumination is to reflect the light in all people, in our buildings, in public artworks, in the spaces of our cities. We look to integrate light into the fabric of our society, not to impose light on another. I probably wouldn't characterize it as a hate, but I don't like to see light imposed on others. Quite often, LED video screens, for example, are stuck on the wall and ads play, and that quality of light is awful, and it imposes upon the community, and that's what I don't like. There is, yeah. I find just the super recent introduction of graphene into the production of lights is really exciting. I think that's going to change the whole ball game. There's also new lights we've developed for this building I'm standing under at the moment, 888 Collins, and that's like a video light that we developed for this project specifically, which has allows a quality of movement to the light that heretofore I hadn't been able to achieve with normal lighting fixtures. Yeah, this project is, as you say, on 888 Collins. The artwork is called The Lighthouse. It is essentially LED video lights that are embedded in all the fins of the facade. There's about 2.4 kilometers of light. They run about 55 meters tall, so they cover the whole building, and they are driven by the weather. So there's 2 types of weather that drives them. There's the real-time data, which comes from a weather station established on the roof that drives the lights from dusk till midnight. From midnight to dawn, there is the phase of the moon is shown on the facade, and every hour between dusk and midnight there is a literal weather forecast that is taken from the Bureau of Meteorology, and you can see what the forecast for the following day will be. So color is red is temperature, moisture defines vertical motion in the lights, and wind defines turbulent motion in the lights. So you can go onto our website and read the guide to see how to read this building, but essentially it is a reflection of the environment in which it sits and for the people who live here.
Thanks very much for watching, guys, and remember, if you do like us on the Facebook page.
And follow us on YouTube, share us with your friends, do all that good stuff because our producer loves it. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.